Hey everybody. So I've been getting a lot of messages on how can I train at home during this time. The hand is your weapon in the arm wrestling game. It really is all about the way this thing moves. Um, yeah, it's connected to your body, but most important, least important. Okay? Um, when it comes to arm wrestling, getting good at it, you can train every day. No problem. It's a good thing. The forearm, the hand is capable of doing a ton of work, a lot of recovery. I've trained every day of my life basically for as long as I can remember, and it's been great. Just try and follow the rules and not hurting yourself, and you should be fine. If you've got a little bit of arm wrestling experience, obviously you know some of the base movements that are so important in the sport. The two biggest things that I would tell anybody from beginner to super advanced that you should be spending most of your time on is cupping and pronation. It's in every single move. It's going to help you a ton. When a lot of people do pronation work, okay, a common mistake is people go too far up the hand when they twist, and that has the tendency to aggravate your wrist, especially down at the bottom sometimes, and it's not technically accurate. You want to train the same way that you arm wrestle. Normally you won't start to pronate really until a person is really, until you're able to feel them on your hand. So what that means is you're never really squeezing and actively turning so much. More you're cupping, and then you're independently stopping their cup with your ability to pronate. So that means less of this kind of thing, less of this where you're holding on to something and turning it, more of getting a belt wrapping around your thumb, which has a way better anchor into the wrist, and doing these kind of things. Do anything possible to make your wrist bend back. Now is a time when a lot of people aren't going to have a lot of table time. You're not going to have an ability to do a lot of table time. Table time, as great as it is something that normally you break a lot of form on, which results in lots of tendonitis. So that means right now you can train heavy, way more than you normally would. So if you're not doing 3s and 10s, I suggest that you break into it now while you have this forced lockdown time. Cupping. Figure out a way. If you don't have, look at, there's handles everywhere. Okay, this is the easiest thing to make in the world. Okay, you can make it with wood, you can make it with plastic. Just drill a hole through, put a strap through, or some kind of band. Make it long enough that you can wrap it for different pressures. Get any rotating handle. You can even go simpler than that. You can get anything. You can get, don't use glass obviously, I'm just using this as an example. Get a piece of wood, just hold on to something. See that? And this attaches to a pulley. Anything to make you fail. But that should be what you spend the majority of your time on. Other stuff, gripping. When you do grip, I would say grippers aren't as good as even just a dumbbell where you're, squeezing it, picking it up, or a cable where you're working your hand not with your cup. You'll be able to do more weight like that. Do some rising, do some sinking, do some supinating, but cup and roll. What would any one of my videos these days be without a lift, just to kind of keep you guys in the loop how I'm training, just so you guys see. I mean, I'm doing a lot of videos right now, so you guys are kind of seeing the tempo at which I train, and you can see that it's not just me saying it. You can see, like, this is the rate of my progression. Every time I go back to something, I try and just go a hair more, a hair more. And I don't work that hard. It just, it's better when you don't work so hard. 185. I'm doing cupping. Juji handle times 10. Weight's getting pretty good. Turning into Todd Hutchings a little bit with this. I don't know. Next time, Hutchings. Don't think I'm gonna Kings move out. Stay right in there with you, little man. Juji handle. 2.5 inch spinner. Because what I think is the most important thing is not that you do the most weight you can possibly do. It's just that your body always feels that little progression. And when your body just knows that every time it's going to have to do a little bit more, it gets stronger. But don't break in training, break in competition. Have a great time, guys.